So we arrive in Makkah, and as we get closer, we see loads of buses lined up and pilgrims getting out, and then we hear them say the talbiyah, and it's just lovely. Everybody has to be socially distancing, and they are, you know. And as we get closer and closer, we see that the people who are working for the pilgrims, like say the soldiers, the captains, the police, and the cleaners and everything, you can see that they really are happy. They really are excited just as much as we are, if not more. Like I could see that, I could sense that. And it's just a beautiful feeling. Like to see the haram, okay, you're not even seeing the Kaaba, but you're just seeing the outside of this massive, like, palace like structure. It's just, subhanAllah, like amazing. So when you see that, it's impossible for anyone's heart to not be captivated by it. So, anyways, we go, we wait for our guide helps us and make sure everyone's with us so we don't get lost and whatnot. So we walk and we make our tawaf, and we complete it. And depending on which kind of Hajj people are making, because as you know, there are 3 types of Hajj that you can make, and you can just research that if you're curious. Um, we complete whatever step we're supposed to at that moment. Then we head back up to, we walk towards the buses of Mina, and we go to our camp. And in the bus, everyone is super hot, super sweaty, super tired, but everybody is super pleasant at the same time while they're hot and while they're sweaty. And mashallah, like you go as not knowing anybody, but you leave as a family, and that's literally like how we are. So anyways, when we get to Mina, it's just lovely. We are like, when you have the non-mahram package, right, you're like the closest to everything. So we are like the closest to the Jamarat entrance, we're the closest to like anything and everything. So it's really the best when you go by yourself with a bunch of girls. And it kind of felt like a retreat. You get a camp and there's several beds in a room, and you all have to share the bathroom. And it kind of felt like camping. I mean, it literally is camping, but obviously for one of the pillars of Islam. But like if you were camping, let's just say, okay, you do a camp in the Midwest in America or something, like it feels like that. So it was really nice. Anyway, so we get into our tent. We find where everyone is text messaged or SMS'd their camp number, their location, and you all have a smart card as well. So it helps identify where you're supposed to be and who you can contact in case you get lost and whatnot. So, it's on the top. Our camp has an escalator to get to, which is pretty cool. And we have this beautiful scenery of the mountain of the Jamarat and the sky. And in my tent specifically, we had, I think, about 16 beds. So there were 16 girls in our tent. And there's like 2 coffee tables or 2 snack tables, 2 fridges on either sides of the tents. And they're always stocked with snacks and drinks and coffee and tea and a kettle and all that stuff. And our tents get sterilized, like I think twice a day. They get sterilized, so it's really good really good housekeeping. Um, Considering the amounts of people that we have. So I think it was great. Now, for food, I know that some people, they've complained and whatnot about the quality of food versus the price they paid for their package and whatnot. I mean, it could have been better. There could have been better options, or a variety of options. Like by the third day, you kind of like sick of the same breakfast or the same lunch. But I mean, that's not the purpose of Hajj, right? Yeah. But anyways, we would have like a tray, like a fancy cardboard tray served with a large amount of food of whatever it is. It could be like scrambled eggs, fool, pita bread, and like say jam, honey, olive oil, drinks and juice, and there was loads of ice cream, and it comes to you. They serve it to you at your bed, and 3 times a day you get 3 meals. And I think, in my opinion, I would give hats off to the people who are serving the meals and making sure they get to you on time, because that is a massive job to deliver and make sure these meals come in the tray perfectly on time for 60,000 people. That's a deal. Like, that's a really big deal, So I think they deserve a hand of applause, because these Filipino workers, these Sudanese workers, like, they're not even able to make Hajj themselves. Some of them ever. They've said it, like, they can't make Hajj themselves, but they're just really happy to be able to serve the Hujjaj, and that is from their heart. So they do a really good job. Now, as far as the bathrooms, we had, like, I think for every tent quarter there is like a segment of maybe 20 to 30 bathroom stalls, and you are supposed to use that, and it has like a shower. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing modern. There are toilets, and there are the ones in the ground, and it's nothing fancy. Once again, you just have to be able to adapt and adjust and kind of remember that you are on Hajj, not a luxury 5-star vacation. So our bathrooms were cleaned, I think about three times a day. They would get cleaned 3 times a day. I mean, every time I use the bathroom, and I use the bathroom a lot, in my opinion, I think it's very clean. Like, the trash bin is always, it's never like overflowing with trash. It's very sanitary. They put naphthalene balls so that I guess insects don't come and stuff like that. So they sterilize and they clean as best as they can, and they follow the schedule. Whatever the management is telling them to do, they are doing it. So they are on top of it. And so for that, we should appreciate them. What else? So that's like, okay, the bathroom and our tents. And everybody who has come on Hajj, like, they're really so sweet, mashallah. Like I'm so glad to be part of them, because they just constantly remind you, like, they don't tell you anything, right? But when you see them, you are kind of drawn into that atmosphere, right? Like, birds of a feather flock together. Not that I was ever of their caliber or anything like that, but just to be around that, it's so nice. Like, they're always praying. They're always in, you just have to do 5 daily prayers, but you know what? They're going to do 7. They're going to do tahajjud. They're going to do salat al-duha. Like, they do, like, 110%, mashallah. And it's just really nice to be around that. And to do it all under the starlight is even amazing, So, what else? Let me just take a break here. So, we get a lot of... another thing is that one of the most coolest things was that if you had a question, and I don't know if this was there before, I'm sure it was, but I don't know. But for me, this is like the first time I'm seeing it, hearing it, experiencing it, that if you have any questions or doubt or confusion or anything you want to know about Hajj, the rituals, or any questions, maybe you've done something incorrectly and you want to clarify, there is a scholar available online on WhatsApp to answer your question, because you are a pilgrim, and that is like the most dopest thing. It's so cool, and they literally answer you back like right away. Like, you can WhatsApp them, and oh my god, that I felt like so cool, And so they also have, like, every, I would say, maybe 100 meters or 50 meters or 70 meters, I don't know, every something meters, there is always a clinic for people who fall sick or anything like that. But I don't recall seeing a lot of people falling sick or needing them. Maybe a few that I've seen with my eyes, but really, it wasn't a lot. But the organization, in that respect, was pretty good. It was good. So if anything happened, a medical professional would be there to assist you. They even have psychologists, right, to help you with, like, if anybody is experiencing something out of the norm psychologically,